Hello, this is Nolan Jez, meet founder of the VA Showcase here in Virginia. In our third year here at Liberty University at their new track complex, opened 3 years ago on the 13th. We were lucky enough to be the first event in this building when it opened. They were literally painting the lines on the track. Many thanks to the Liberty staff, their event media staff, their IT staff getting FloTrack set up, everyone from the events department and athletics department bending over backwards to really make this event happen. Also want to thank all the teams. We have over 320 teams coming to compete this weekend here, representing the high school section. And then on Sunday, have about 150 different teams for the AAU division as well. So super excited to have all those great talented athletes. Have over 50 national champions in attendance. We already have 5 national records and 2 world records at this meet. And our goal this year is 4 national records and 20 U.S. number ones. And a lot of the athletes we have here for the press conference are hopefully going to get us to that goal. So I'll introduce those athletes.
Hi, I'm Claudia Lane. I'm running the 1 mile and the 2 mile race.
I'm Kayla Davis, and I'm running the 2 and the 4.
I'm Ashton Allen. I'm running the 500, 4x2, and 4x4.
So we'll start with you, Claudia. Obviously, you've had a lot of injuries this past year. 2-time defending Foot Locker champion. Still haven't lost, so you're still the defending champion in our books. Talk to us about, kind of the choice to shut it down, go for indoor track for once. It's your first time ever even being in indoor track. Just the road to recovery and what you're looking for this meet, kind of a, shake off the rust a little bit.
Yeah, I'd definitely say it's been a tough year. I dealt with a lot of injury, and I think when the fall season started, I was taking so many official visits. I just thought, my coach and I decided it'd be best if we just, kind of took a little break and then focused on indoor track. So I took all my officials. It took me a while to figure it out, but then once I did, I made the decision to choose Dartmouth, and I think that's a really good fit for me. And then, I think I had more energy after that. I was really sad that I couldn't compete at Foot Locker this year. But I think in the long run, I want to compete at the college level, and I think I just know that kind of taking that break and taking things easy during the cross season would help me accomplish that. And then, I'm super excited for tomorrow and the next day. I haven't raced in a while, so I'm not expecting to win. I've only been training consistently for a month now. I had another, IT band issue. But yeah, I'm just excited to race again and kind of just put myself out there, and it may make you feel a bit vulnerable, but I'm excited for that anyway.
So what percentage physically do you think you are right now to your old self? And what's some of your goals for the 2 mile, especially, which would be more your forte?
Well, I think a lot has changed in the past year, my body type, just mentally and physically. So I don't think I can compare the runner I am now to my old self, but I'd say that I'm just kind of in the best shape I can be in at this time, and I'm just gonna keep training and keep putting myself out there until I can keep improving.
Thanks. So Kayla, you're gonna be running the 2 and the 4, 400 on Friday and the 200 on Saturday. Talk to us about your season. You're only a freshman. You're U.S. number 1 in both events. You're on the all-time list in both events. What's your goal for the weekend?
My goal for this weekend is to drop my times and make sure that my form is correct, because I have been working very hard to correct my form and to improve my times. So I'm just here to show that my hard work pays off.
So, obviously you're chasing records. What record do you think is you're on the doorstep of chasing down? Obviously the 500, you were that close on a flat track, on this bank track in front of 5,000 fans and against real competition for once. Do you think you're going to get one of those records?
I think I am. I'm going to show everybody what I do best.
So, talk to us about some of your training. Obviously, you're a freshman, still building into your form, building up that strength. I know you're probably starting to do a little bit more speed at this point. Talk to us about your training and how, it's helping you get to that low 37 range in the 3.
My training, I have to work on my form, and I have to make sure that I consistently keep the same form and I don't break form, and I lift and I do block starts to make sure that my races are perfect.
So Ashton, obviously your older brother, Eric Jr., I should say, Big shoes to fill.
Yeah.
I mean, your father, NFL player, your older brother, running all these ridiculous times, and now you're kind of the next one in line. So just talk to us about your goals this season, especially at this meet where you get some individual time and a lot of relay time to shine as well.
I just want to clear up, that my father wasn't the Eric Allen that played for the Eagles.
Okay.
Yeah. But after last year, after I suffered a lot of injuries, I messed up my whole season. And I had big goals for last year. I just want to complete this year. And I know I'm capable and I can do a lot of things. And, you know, Eric set a big stage last year with the #2 all-time in the 300. I just feel like I can go, you know, as brotherly competition, I can go faster than that. So that's what I'm shooting for.
So, I mean, obviously you got Austin as well. So talk to us about, you know, just being a part of that group of brothers that, like, pushes each other so much, where most teams don't even have that much depth, and you have that much depth in your own house.
Yeah, we feel very blessed that all three of us were so athletic, and I feel blessed to be the youngest so I can step up to their level, and which makes me so much better. So.
And I know it's far in the future, but have you started looking at schools, and, you know, are you going to start taking visits soon or anything like that?
Yeah, I've started to look at schools and contact some of them, but I'll probably start taking visits not soon. Yeah.
Take your time. Take your time. You got plenty of high school left. So just, you know, going down the line, we'll start with you. You know, what event are you most looking forward to this entire season, and, you know, what's your goal for that event?
I don't think I have a single event, but I just know we are going to go really fast in both relays, and I have high hopes. And whatever individual event I pick, either the 2 or the 4 at nationals, but yeah.
What's different about the boys team this year for you?
I feel like we had more depth this year. Last year we were a little short. If one guy went down, we might have been a little bit in trouble, but now we got a little depth, so if a couple guys get injured, banged up, I think people can step in and we can still be at a high level as we can be.
I was going to say, what has he learned from one year to the next, 49 to 47 right now? 400?
Yeah, so one of the questions is, what have you learned from last year to this year, going from 48, 49, down to 47 already indoors, and then obviously in the 500 also dropping down to second as your season opener?
I think the injuries really messed me up last year, but also I have a different mindset in practice, and just pushing through pain tolerance. Like, some people can't really do that, and I feel like I put myself in the right mentality each day before I go to practice, which I think really excelled me.
Claudia, the competitor, you know, I know it's young in your training, but, you know, already, like, over about a month you said that you have, but what kind of competitor are we going to see out of you this weekend?
So the question is, talking about Claudia being a really good competitor and kind of getting back to that competitive edge, and what type of competitor do we expect to see this weekend?
I'll definitely do my best. I haven't raced in a while, but, you know, like, I always push myself in races, so I'm going to try to, you know, stay in the group of girls and see how hard I can push tomorrow and the next day. Kind of just, like, get back into, like, what racing feels like.
Kayla, being kind of stepping into that freshman, like, mantle, the next freshman. Have you thought about that? Like, do you have any pressure that you feel being kind of the next freshman up and doing so well?
I don't feel any pressure at all. I'm just here to do what I do best and run hard.
How will the talent here push you this weekend?
It's going to push me to get my times to go faster, and for me to know that I'm not the only person who's fast, so I have to mentally prepare.
I was going to say, to you, Claudia, this is your first indoor competition of your career. What kind of lessons are you going to take away from this indoor experience, and how will that help you transition to college next year?
Well, yeah, I definitely consider doing indoor this year because of next year. So I'm just excited to kind of see how it feels and kind of learn what's different about racing indoor than outdoor. And I'm just, like, excited to try something new.
Any big workouts that have prepared you for today? I mean, what's something that stood out to you workout-wise?
We did, like, 1,200 repeats, which were kind of fun, and then 800s, which are always hard, so I think those help prepare me.
Do you have any?
So that concludes the first part of it. We're going to welcome in a couple coaches. I So athletes, thank you guys. Good luck this weekend. Wish you the best of luck. You guys can step up, and then we're going to bring the coaches in.
Knock it out.
So the coaches we're going to be having right now, we're going to have Kayla Davis from Run U Xpress. We're also going to have Joe Lee of Bullis and Cory Bennett of Hydel. We're going to get set straight in the next couple minutes.
I didn't see one for Cory.
Thank you.
One for Cory?
It should be there.
Okay.
It's under Claudia, maybe. Right here.
Oh, there you go.
So as you can see, we're setting up, trying to get this rocking and rolling here at the VA Showcase. If you've taken a look at some of the performances, there's a lot of really deep fields. And one that I would like to bring out while we're kind of having a chance to preview the meet, which will be live on FloTrack. Make sure you check that out all 3 days. Is going to be the girls' high jump. I think we talked about this a little bit on our preview. The girls' high jump is going to be one to watch because people don't realize we're going to find out during this press conference if we're going to have another 6-foot jumper added into the field. Right now, we already have 2 6-foot girls in the high jump, 2 girls at 5'11", and an additional one at 5'9". Going to probably be the deepest high jump field we've ever had, high school wise, at a single meet. We're really excited for that as we get these final last touches. Want to introduce these coaches. So to my left, we have Cory Bennett. He's with Hydel High School from Jamaica. Been coach there for quite some time, correct? And just these past few years, he has really created a resurgence of that program. They've won the 4x4 2 years in a row at Penn Relays. Set a Penn Relays record 2 years ago, running 3:33. That's not a misprint, 3:33. So really impressive stuff from you guys. To his right is Joe Lee from Bullis School in Maryland, Potomac, Maryland. U.S. number 2 all-time in the girls 4x4. You're right on that footstep. Kind of got a nice little rivalry with Hydel. It's 1-1 right now over the past year. We're going to have to settle that at this week in the 4x4. Obviously, a lot of national champions, national records going down from you guys. You've really created a huge monster in Bullis. And then to your right is Kayla Davis, coach at Run U Xpress. Kayla Davis's mother as well, does a lot of the workouts from what I hear. So you're definitely doing a great job, getting her in really great shape for this meet. So we're really happy to have you guys all here. So we'll start with you, Cory. Talk to us about, just coming to the VA Showcase, and obviously it's indoors. You're not really used to it for your girls, but talk to us about coming back this second year and what you're trying to expect from your athletes.
Well, Nolan, thanks for having us again. It's a wonderful experience the first time around. It's good to be back. The snow has welcomed us this time around. All our girls have seen snow for the first time. But it's great to be back. It was a great meet last year. It's a great rivalry between us and Bullis. Bullis is an awesome school. Very intimidating as well. I look up on one of those signs and saw that they have the 4x200 national record. I'm like, wow. But great. Oh boy, but great team. Great team. Great to be back. I saw that they have most of their girls still intact. That's intimidating. But it's great to be back. And our girls enjoyed it last time. We got a few more coming here for the first time, and we've decided, based on how I enjoyed the meet last year, that I decided to go in more events this year because we felt like we could have done a lot more last year, and it's just a wonderful experience to be back.
So obviously 4x4 is your bread and butter. That's where you guys defending twice for Penn Relays. Ran 3:39 last year, 3:40 flat. One of the 3-4 fastest times ever run in the world for juniors. So not a bad performance for their season opener, indoors, lifetime opener, really. You obviously lost Salmon last year from your team. She went to World Juniors for the 400 hurdles. I think she was second or third at World Juniors, second in the 400 hurdles. So just talk to us about losing her. You still have Charky Young coming back, who's the 800-meter national champion for Jamaica. So talk to us about rebuilding that team. You still have a lot of the parts there, and just kind of getting new roles for the girls that have already been on that team.
You know, we're losing someone is a big loss. You know, and we wish her all the best in her future endeavors in college. It's hard to replace Cheyenne, you know, but we just have to move on. We have a great bunch of young athletes coming up. I think we have Onika McAnuff, who's not here with us today. She's going to be one for the future. But I think we have a good bunch of girls who should compete well with some experience. I'm really just hoping to put it together. I mean, it's a really first run competitively for the season. Bullis kicked us up last time. But we just want to be competitive again. You know, it's a wonderful track. We enjoy it. But we try to explain to persons back home, they can't really get a full picture of it. So we're trying to get some videos this time around to show them. But losing Salmon is a big deal. But Cherokee has been doing well. Garrel White has been doing well. And also Abigail Brooks has been doing well. So hoping to be close to where we were last year this time around.
Yeah, final question to just open. How many girls do you have under 56 on your team? All age groups.
75.
Here?
Not here, just on your team, because we see some of your 12-year-olds running too fast.
Oh boy, we have, I would want to say 12 or more girls under 56. Yeah, that's a fair amount.
Guys teams like to have that.
Yeah, most guys teams would like to have that type of depth.
Oh boy.
But no, it's good. So thank you for being here.
We're blessed with that.
Yes.
Yeah.
So next question's to you, Joe. Obviously, you guys got that win in the 4x2 for boys last year. Got the monkey off your back. Got that one. You've opened up running 128 on a flat track. Where's the ceiling for your boys 4x2?
Well, first of all, I'm a little mad at you because you told me that Hydel wasn't coming back this year. That's the only reason why we came. So now we're stuck here. No, the boys are. I'm excited about the boys. We're all excited about them because the boys have always been talented, but like Ashton said, just not as deep. And when you're running at this high rate of speed and for as long as they run, you need some people to come in and sub every now and then. So we're excited because the boys have always managed the girls' success well. They we're one team. We're not two separate teams. That's kind of how our philosophy is, and it's their year. 128 on a flat track is pretty good. I think they have more in them, so we're looking forward to this weekend to see what they can do.
So, I mean, this is probably the toughest thing as a coach. You're one of the few that I will say that actually has athletes that can run on a relay and win a national title. Obviously, you had Eric doing that last year. How do you balance the individual goals of the athletes, especially the seniors, the juniors, who want to get that full ride, but also kind of focus on a team? Because you guys do go relay heavy a lot of meets where the focus is on the team.
Well, so it may seem like we go relay heavy a lot of meets, but we very rarely will put the top four out there every single time. We prioritize their individual events because if the individuals are well, the relays will take care of itself. That's just our philosophy. There are certain meets where we'll want to put the full team together, so we target those out throughout the year. But the priority is for them to always do their best individually, and as it relates to national championships and things, we just set the schedule accordingly. The great thing about our kids is, one, they're really smart kids. Bullis is a tough academic school. I don't think I could have went to Bullis in high school, just to be honest. And I'm serious. But the other thing is they're real humble. Our kids are selfless. We believe that we're all better together, and as you give more and you continue to put others before yourself, it all works out. So we've had kids who've gone on to great programs collegiately, and it's never been a problem. I didn't get enough of my individual event, so to speak, because we know that it's going to be a time for that, and we pick those times throughout the year.
So obviously last year, outdoor track didn't go quite as planned. A lot of injuries here and there. It's a new Bullis. Everything is back, bigger, better than ever. What's changed? What's your different approach for this year, and kind of how are you going to make the team even better, and especially on the guys' side where they're going to go through the stratosphere in a lot of events?
Well, I mean, it's new some way, but really for us, it's kind of the same. We lost a lot of seniors last year to graduation, so and we missed them in some regards, just like Coach was saying about Cheyenne. But the reality is our kids are they approach every year with a high expectations of themselves and just an excitement to do their very best. So, for this year for us. And this is obviously we're live streaming and all that kind of stuff. So there are certain things I won't say, but what I will say is, we have a no prisoner, take no prisoner attitude this year. We're going to go after everything we possibly can, and I mean that in a good way. That's not against anybody else. Like we have you call it a rivalry. I don't really call it a rivalry. I call it a friendship, because chasing these guys around the track is tough enough. So it's not a rivalry. We actually, Cory and I developed a good friendship, last year just by being around each other, because he's a really good guy. He's an excellent coach, and he's got great kids on his team. So for us, we don't get into that kind of thing. But what motivates us is what is the very best you can do today. Okay, what is your best today? If your best from the boys' side is 3:15, then we're happy. All right, we're never satisfied, but we're happy. Does that make sense? On the girls' side, if it's 3:42. Then we're happy. But if it's not, then we've got to address that. So it's really about what is the best you can put out performance-wise on that given day, and does it line up with your goals, not mine. We don't have goals. The coaching staff doesn't have goals. The kids put their goals out every year, and we have to see where we're at on the timeline to getting there before the end of the season.
So next question goes to Coach Davis with Run U Xpress. You guys are coming in heavy on Sunday as well. But I guess our questions will be mainly concerned with your daughter and her training. So just talk to us about, first off, when did you know as a parent and a coach that she would be the phenom that she is?
Actually, the first time I realized that Kayla could run was at the skating rink. They had a race where everybody in the skating rink takes their skates off, and you race any age, and her form was like textbook perfect. So I called my husband, and I'm like, she can run. And he was like, all kids can run. I'm like, no, she can run. But, her first 400, I still have it recorded. She's asked me to delete it because you would never believe that she looked around and was like, okay, there's still more track to go. Where's the finish line? But, she loves it. So just to see her out there from the age of 7 when she first started, and she's been going strong ever since. So it's been a blessing that she's in the place that she is, has been healthy. Hopefully she remains healthy throughout her high school season, and we'll just continue to look forward for the best for her.
So, obviously you're getting to that tipping point where she's going to be a superstar. She's already really knocking on that door with her season opener going like 111 or 110 in the 500 and 37 on a flat track. Yep. Same day, too, which is insanity. So, how are you guys, especially as a family, going to balance that, kind of keep her at a level head and, kind of stay hungry and humble at the same time?
Every day we tell her you're blessed to run. That can be taken from you at any given time. So, don't take it for granted. When you come to a track meet, attack it like it could be your last meet, because you could have a season-ending injury and it could be your last for the year or for life. You just never know. As a family, we go home and we let track stay at the track. You have to have that break when she does not have to think about a competition or training. She just wants to be a regular 15-year-old. We tell her always stay humble, because being a humble person makes you more personable, makes people respect you more, and they respect your talent more. We've seen great people can have a bad attitude and nobody really wants to be around them. So you always remain humble, because that's how you would want people to treat you.
So obviously you guys have another great coach, Sean Jackson,
Yes.
stuck in traffic, can't make it here right now.
Yeah, I had to fill in. He owes me one.
So just talk to us about balancing as a parent, because there are a lot of parents who are very hands-on. How do you balance the coaching and the parenting with, being a mom,
Yep.
being a friend, being an ally for her, but at the same time also being a coach that can get her to run that extra lap?
So what we do when we're home and we're going to school is strictly about school. It's not about track. It's about academics, which she's a very good AB honor roll students, so we take pride in that because that's first. If you don't have grades, you don't run. It's just that simple. When we go to the track, I'm strictly coach. There is no mommy, you know, that doesn't come out. It's what do you need me to do? What am I doing today? And we go to work. And I tell them I don't want to be out here all day because I've been at work all day. Let's just go get the training in, work on what we need to work on, and then we move on. After that, then it's mommy time again. So, you know, we're back to talk about, well, how was school? You know, what different things are you doing? What are you into? Just get in her world as a young adult because they have a lot going on. So it's a balance. I don't think about it. I just do it.
Perfect. Any other questions? All right, perfect. Thank you, guys. Best of luck this weekend.
Thank you.
So our final group of athletes, we're going to have Ryan Oosting and Athing Mo come up here. There's no real special division of invitational races for that competition, so it should be a really, really good slate of competition. So we'll just introduce these athletes as they're here right now. Athing Mo from Trenton, New Jersey, two-time national champion in the 800, right? I'm not missing any yet. You've won the Emerging Elite 400 a couple times, too, twice. Are you going to be going for the 400 national title this year?
This year, for both indoor and outdoor, I'm just going to stick to the 800. Maybe my senior year I might switch it up, but this year's focus is mostly on the 800. So
obviously, you run unattached. It kind of makes things hard during indoors. Outdoors, a little bit more opportunities for a lot of that stuff, but your season does go longer, so you get a lot of great opportunities to run against good competition. Talk to us about, you know, just your season. You've started off so strong. In the 400 especially, kind of scaring a lot of these other athletes that aren't ready for that type of speed. Talk to us about, you know, where you're at physically and what you think about yourself and where you're at this early in the season.
So ever since I took the trip to Argentina for the Youth Olympic Games, I kind of didn't expect to run the time I did run, which was the 2:05. I thought I'd be, you know, in 2:07 shape. So running that time, I kind of already had a feeling and just knowledge that I'm ahead of where I was last year. So then coming into the indoor season and running a 2:10 that early, usually I run that in February, so I was a couple months ahead. And then the 53, that also showed me, you know, I'm way ahead of where I should be. So I'm feeling pretty good, and I'm just ready to see what I can do.
So obviously you got the 400 Friday, a lot of really good competition in that race. More interesting, though, to us is the 600 you have on Saturday. 1:27, 1:3, or 1:9 is the national record. It's a Sammy Watson record, so you know it's legit. Do you think you can get that, especially knowing that you have the Jamaican 800 national champion in that race? You have Michaela Rose, who's All-American. She's kind of like you, that she's a taller athlete, more slated for, I guess, the 600, where you have that 52, 53, 54 speed, but also some of that endurance. So what are you looking for time-wise in that race? What's going to be the way you attack that race? And how do you prepare for races that you don't really know the competition because you've never raced against them?
Yeah. So for the 600, it's going to be my first time ever running 600. So going into it, I don't really have crazy expectations. I'm kind of just going to go out and then see what I can do, because I'll also be running again at Milrose. So this will kind of be like just a pre-test to see where I'm at. But I am going to go in and, you know, run it as if it is an 800 and just go hard, you know, no matter who's in the competition. And I'm pretty excited that there are fast girls, because, you know, they'll carry me out through the 2 laps in the whole race, actually. So I just hope that all goes well and I just drop a fast time, but, you know, no expectations.
So do you think physically right now you're able to chase that national record? I mean, I know it's pretty fast. I mean, it's, I guess, like 156 pace for an 800, but, you know, you don't have to go that final 200. So do you think physically you're ready to do that?
At this point in the season, I'm pretty sure I can pull off something special, but you know, like I said, we'll see how it goes.
Don't worry, your secret's safe with us. We'll wait till Saturday to see what you have in store with that 53 season opener. So Ryan, Obviously, not the finish you wanted exactly in cross country. I know you had a lot of really high goals. You were kind of flying under the radar for a lot of the cross country season. So just, to open, talk to us about kind of running with the chip on your shoulder for the last like 4 or 5 months.
Thanks, Ryan.
Yeah, so in cross country, I hadn't really gone to nationals or anything, just for various reasons, being hurt, being sick, etc. So this year, I wanted to prove it to myself that cross country was something that I could excel at. And, in Massachusetts, we didn't run too many quick races, nothing like my friend Cole or anyone would be running in like Arizona where they're running 14:30s and stuff like that. So like to see that you run like a 15:10 or something in Massachusetts, people don't think too much of it, but I knew that would give me confidence towards the end, and that like running in Massachusetts will make you a strong runner.
So, you guys getting to run the DMR finally against some really, really good competition. At nationals, you guys just keep getting put in the second fastest section, and I know you guys are just ready to have a breakthrough race to prove to NSAF and everyone that you guys are ready. You should be top seed, second seed in that race. So talk to us about your goals as a team this weekend, especially with you as anchor trying to chase a really fast low 10 time.
Yeah, so last year we ran 10:15 from the first heat of 3 at nationals. And this year we returned 3 of the 4 guys. We only lost to 400. But it's still a big pair of shoes to fill. So this year and tomorrow night, we're just looking to run at least 10:27, but we know that we can run in the 10-something range, at least this first time, and hopefully even faster at nationals.
So you're the king of fast anchor splits. I think both times you went under 4:10.
Yeah, I think so too.
Going under 4:05, like, well, what's the goal for you this indoor season and especially tomorrow?
Yeah, so I'm only in my, I think, 4th week of training or something. Not even a full month, so I don't have super high expectations, but I think that in the right scenario, I'll be able to run hopefully around 4:10. I think that's my goal for tomorrow night. I've been running, sort of like you were saying, faster than I was anticipating to be at this time, but so maybe 4:10 tomorrow night, and then by the end of the season, down in the 4:0 something range for sure.
So, kind of getting to more in the future, in 2020 Olympic Games, are you going to be trying out in Europe to try and make Netherlands, correct?
Yes.
Are you going to try and make the senior team and try and go to the Olympics? I don't know what the competition's like at the senior level. What's your goals for that, representing the Netherlands, obviously trying to at the Olympics?
Yeah, so that's definitely a goal of mine. I think it's a feasible goal. 2020 or 2024, I think, would be my best bets, maybe in 2028, but I'm taking it one step at a time, obviously, and I still have yet to make the transition into college, and I think based on how that goes will depend on whether or not I try for 2020, but certainly that is something that I'm working towards, and at some point I will be in Holland competing.
So what's the competition like? What usually wins senior trials, if you guys have trials for that race?
I really have no idea. I know a couple of these guys have run like low 340s for 1500 and I don't know, like 13 something for 5K, but so it's like you have to be legit, obviously, and those guys are, and it's just about making the progression in college and making that transition and being able to run with those guys.
So with a lot of more mileage, obviously, in college next year, how do you think that's going to transition you for kind of, you've been a miler? Are you still going to be a miler in college, or are you going to try and move up? Obviously, for the Olympics, you have the 1500 to the 5K. So where do you think you're going to fall on that line for your specialty?
I've been doing some like low mileage my entire career, and I think that if I can successfully make the jump up to like more miles, that a 5K would definitely become a bigger possibility. But 1500, 5K, I think it's definitely between one of those two for now. But again, if the transition to higher mileage works out, and maybe even like 10K or something, I ran a race in Europe that was 6-point-something kilometers, so it was longer than a 5K, and I really liked it. So we'll see. Maybe 10K is something I like too.
Yeah, that's getting long. Any other questions from?
Yeah, I have one more thing. get in races that would really allow you to run your best? Starting here, moving forward, you're in a lot of races that can allow you to run your best at this stage of your career. So why was that important for you this year to schedule those races?
Yeah, it was really important this year because as I've come to find, junior year really is the year. So this is where I'm, working to run my best times in my whole high school career. So, and, just make sure I improve myself. And this is the year that, college coaches are looking at, and it's just the year, period, yeah.
What race is off limits for you that you won't run?
The 100 and 2 mile, yeah, definitely 2 mile.
Any hurdles in the future? 400 hurdles?
I'd really love to do hurdles. Like I've been practicing hurdles since like probably 9, 10. Like I've always learned the technique because my coach coaches everyone. So, if I could pop out and do hurdles, it'd be pretty fun.
So one more question. We have an athlete from New Jersey. We have an athlete from Massachusetts.
Yeah.
And you came all the way down to Virginia. What was the allure to come to the VA showcase?
It was actually pretty exciting to get, to be able to be invited to this meet because, I've been seeing it advertised throughout the past couple of years. So, I'm pretty excited to be here, and it's kind of an honor. So,
yeah, I think she said it very well. We've seen the results from this meet, and we are also very honored. Our team, I believe I can speak for our entire team that we were very honored to receive the invitation, and we're very excited.
I have one more question for Ryan, actually. Can you talk about the balance of racing versus training? Because it seems like you've been very conscious about the amount of races that you've had over your last 2 seasons. So for you, how do you find a balance with when you're racing and how much you train between them?
Yeah, so my coach really emphasizes staying healthy, and obviously you can't have a good season if you're not healthy. So definitely taking like appropriate rest times and not racing too often is like a priority of us. So come the end of the season, I'll be racing much more, but in the beginning I'm still getting my fitness up, and once I feel confident that I can be racing like once a week for several weeks at a time, that's like the end of the season.
What races are off limits for you?
I don't know. I think getting under 800s, pushing it a little bit, and there's nothing over 5K, but I don't think I'm going to be doing a 5K this season, especially not on an indoor track.
Okay.
Well, perfect. Thank you, guys. Best of luck this entire weekend. Thank you, guys.
Thanks.
And thank you, everyone, for viewing us. Tune in tomorrow live on FloTrack, Saturday live on FloTrack, and also Sunday all day live on FloTrack.